Hey guys, welcome to a new movie. Today we're doing Selma. This is a movie I did not know much about. I knew some. Well, this is one of the movies I was looking up. I actually saw this yesterday. I'm recording this when I'm recording this, not when I'm uploading this, because it could be a little bit. But when I'm recording this, I saw this yesterday. So this is very recent. I saw this yesterday, so we're doing it very recent. I was looking up movies to go see, and this was on the list. I'm like, I feel like I remember seeing a trailer, a couple of things in it. I knew it had one actor in it. I know we'll talk about later when we get into it. But and it said when I looking at the movie, it said it was action, like for the genre. I'm like, I'm gonna look this up and see, watch the trailer for it, and see if there's something I'm interested in. Looked it up. The trailer looked interesting, so I'm like, you know, it has some action. I don't know if it'll be super action, but it has some. So I'm like, okay, we'll give it a shot. When I watched it. Fun movie. So one of my Daniel's house in this movie is fun. I enjoyed it. I don't think it was a bad movie, but I don't think it was like definitely not the best movie, but it was a fun movie. I enjoyed it. So let's jump into it. We're going into it now, talking about spoilers, so keep that in mind. Just gonna post up. This movie is about this old lady named Selma. Has a grandson who is like helping him. It's the son of her like kids and stuff. His parents, his mom and dad. I think his mom is like her like mom. So that's the gist, and he's helping her on the computer and stuff because he doesn't know how to do stuff, like he's old and stuff, and maybe he kind of forgets stuff. We'll get into that later, but he's helping her and doing stuff, and then he's like, hey, I'm gonna go to a party. The son's like, I'm going to this thing later with some friends to the party, whatever. And he gets a call later that night or the next morning about like, hey, this person is calling. It's like, hey, I'm your son. I'm in trouble. I need money. I'm in the cop thing. There's a girl who was pregnant, all this stuff. You gotta wire me this money. They give me this money, send it to this address. It's like, I'm like, to me, I'm listening to that. I'm like, it's so stupid. I'm like, first of all, no one will call me asking for money because if anybody knows, I do not have money. So it's like, if that happened to me, I'd be like, yeah, no. You're gonna run in prison because one, I'm not bailing you out. Two, I'm broke at AF. And two, I know you would do that. There's so many things. I'm like, yeah, no. But in this, because it's an older person, so kind of how I can understand a little bit of me believing in how it sounds convincing. But then we realize, she takes the money, and it's like, hey, this lawyer guy's gonna calls, talks about like, hey, you need to do this, send this to here, She goes to the bank and sends it. But before that, she did try to call the mom and stuff and try to get information. And then the mom eventually answers, and everybody answers, about to pick up and figure out what's going on. And the son was asleep this morning because he was out partying last night. And then his mom and dad come in to help. And we find out, if you don't know, the dad's the one character who I didn't know in this. He's Greg Clark. Or was it Clark Greg? I think it's Greg Clark. But he played a guy named Coulson in a little thing called Marvel, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And also the Marvel movies as well. So I'm like, oh, I know him. So that's one of the reasons I'm like, okay, I know this character. He's not playing like a super role, but he is a character and he's fun. The parents and both the parents and the kid have everybody has a unique feel to it. Like the parents have they're very specific type of parents. And I think it's interesting. I like them. Not always bad, but they're not like bad parents. But they have a very unique feel to them. You watch it, you understand. And then the son, who at one point, he talks about it later, but I'm not going to get into it. We'll talk about it later. There's a point with the son that I'll talk about later. Eventually, he gets to the point where they go to the cops and everything. And then Velma's like, okay. And then eventually gets to a point where she's like, she couldn't remember where this thing was, and you're probably not going to get it back. And eventually, she gets to the thing where like, okay, I'm gonna figure out. He's listening to the parents in the other room fighting, and they don't think they can hear her. She can hear her stuff. She understands, like, hey, I messed up. I messed up. Lost all this money. Did all this thing. I fell for this thing, and then she has to like make it right. She goes to first the post office. Goes to the bathroom. Opens the trash. Finds this thing where has like little like a thing where had her number or the address on it. Finds it. Then she gets tricks her son to take her to this other guy who he knew. Quite calling a lot of other people, but they were all like been dead or have problems or not here or moved away. Goes to meet this friend of hers and gets him to basically gets the bike and tricks her into going. Basically, kind of first goes to trick her, then he eventually goes with her like, I'm not gonna let you do this by yourself. We're gonna goes with them, so they go on the adventure to go and get the money back, and it's a journey of them going to get the money back, and the parents and the son are trying to look for him because the son was supposed to TV watching her, so he feels bad about it. But eventually gets to the point, and they have a little argument, and then they go off in a simple way, but they get stuff, and then they basically find. Also, they go to get a gun because obviously they go to a place where I think is actually not the dumbest idea, them getting a gun. Because they go to a place, you don't know who these people are, what they are. If they're like trying to scam people on the phone for money, they could be a big operation. They could have guns. It's like wouldn't be surprising. They're not, but it's like. It's a little spoiling, but I said it was spoiling stuff, so it doesn't matter. But they do, so they go get a gun. That whole interaction was fun. It does have a lot of some comedy to it, so it's like it is serious, but it have a lot of bits of comedy in it. And it's fun, and I like it. It's fun. Enjoy it. It made me laugh. Chuckle a few times. Like that's funny. Like it has some fun moments, and it's good. I like it. They get the gun, then they go off. The two of them kind of have a little argument, and they break off. Also, the guy who he gets was supposed to be in like a thing, like a Annie play. He was supposed to play Daddy Warbucks, and he was like, that's the kind of thing I want to get back by that. Stuff happens where that changes, but then they eventually go on this thing, and they eventually get back together because after they have a little fight, they eventually he falls, and he comes and helps them. Like, hey, we get this far, we're gonna finish it. So they go find the post thing, one of the boxes where somebody opens like a UPS thing where they have all the little boxes, and you can open it and he figures out exactly what the address is. So he figures out which one it is, which one it's in, and then they wait for the guy to come pick it up and pick up not that specific check. I don't think that check is, but just to check the mail. And then they follow him back to this place with like a lamp shop, has all these lamps and stuff in it. And then she is going through it and has to go through all this stuff. I like a lot of the music is when they're on like this moped or scooter, whatever the old people sing, ride all this stuff. It has like this very like, we're on a mission, we're gonna do this stuff. I don't like it. I like the music choices. And it's them. They finally get the guy, it's the older guy who has like a thing in his nose, like a breathing thing problem, as a little kid, and they eventually do it, get the money back. Also, the son comes in and helps. He's on the way. It's like telling him on the phone like how to do the computer stuff. It's fun. I like this fun movie, and at the end you get the money back, and everything's good and it's fun. And I like it. I'm not thinking of anything else. Also, the son had a point where he like breaks down. It's like, I'm not good. I can't do anything right. I can't do math. Can't do this, that, the other. Talking about stuff with his girlfriend and stuff, which they get back together. Have a thing. So yeah, it's great. They have a thing where they talk. I don't know if I forget if they get back together. I know they have a talk and stuff about stuff, and he's wants to do more stuff. And also there's the part with him not having his license. Like, hey, you lost your license or got it stolen or something, and it's like you need to renew it or get a new one. They just hadn't done it, and his dad keeps like, hey, you need to do that. But yeah, it's fun. Like I said, I enjoyed the movie. It's fun. I enjoyed it. What do I rate this bad boy? It's good. We're gonna give it an 8. It was good. I enjoyed it. It's fun. Like, it's fun. It has some good moments. Old people going on a journey to get back the money and stuff. It's kind of fun. You see people trying to go back, like money gets stolen or something gets stolen. They go to get it back, or like a revenge story, but it's done with like old people. It's fun. I like it. What you guys think of Selma? Let me know in the comments down below. You guys can always stay epic. See you in the next video, guys. Bye.